In first day, I just started discussing about CCNA introduction part. Like, what are the topics we are going to cover in our training program, and what type of technologies and Cisco certification tracks and training levels like CCNT, CCNA, CCNP, CCIE, CCAR, like different levels, and CCNA, different technologies, and we are dealing with CCNA only. So we designed that into two parts, like a CCNA plus Cisco security. So I repeat, Cisco security is not a separate training program, is a part of a CCNA only, just be separated in for security topics. And we name it as a Cisco security. Okay. And day-wise schedules are explained. So what topics we are going to discuss in day-wise. Like this program is a 4 weeks program. In the first week, network fundamentals. Second week, routing technologies. The third week, LAN technologies. In the last 2 weeks, we discuss about how to protect our network. Cisco security concepts. This is a schedule actually. As per schedule, like yesterday, I just started discussing some few important points about what is networking, internetworking, importance of network, types of network, like LAN and WAN, and the definition of what is LAN and what is WAN, and basic roles and responsibility of a network engineer. Like if you take one IT building, like what is the responsibility of? Remember, Mr. Naresh and team explained about in one building, right? So this is what we discussed in yesterday, and today we'll continue with how to build a network, how to set up a network. This is the main point. Based on this point only, our complete this week sessions will be go. So point is this. Basic requirements to build or to form a network. This network can be LAN or it can be WAN, whatever. What are the requirements? Any idea? Anyone? We know what is network, like to interconnection of two or more devices, right? So to interconnect two or more devices, what we need exactly? That is what?
Connection.
Connections means what?
Cable,
Cable. Okay.
Yeah.
Router,
Okay.
Number of devices.
Number of devices. Okay.
servers,
Servers, right?
IP address.
Excellent. IP address. Yeah. So to become a network engineer, we should know clearly what mandatory components to build a network, and we should understand uh, how to form a network also with by using these components. So without these basic components, we cannot build a network actually. So from my laptop, I connected to Cisco WebEx server. From your laptops, you connected to Cisco WebEx server, and we are getting communicating. We are meeting now actually. It means we are communicating now. So there is one network is established. But in the back end, what are the things are involved? You need a computer. Yes, computer required. For computer, inside the computer, some components are required actually. Some logical is also requirement actually. You know, what are the components are? Point number one is NIC. Is the first major component actually. NIC means what? Network interface card. Next point, media. A media can be wide or it can be wireless, whatever, you must require a media action. Point number three, networking devices. Switches, wireless access point, router, and firewall. Point number four, logical address. The logical address can be IPv4 and IPv6. So last is protocols. That protocol is nothing but transmission control protocol over internet protocol, which is TCP/IP. So these all components are mandatory. Without any one of these, we cannot build a network. Without NIC, no, not at all possible. We must require NIC. Without media, we must require a media for data transmission through wired or wireless, whatever. Media must require. And to centralized, because in a IT company, in a commercial network, there will be a lot of devices actually, multiple devices, hundreds and thousands of devices. To interconnect, we must require the switches and access points and routers and firewalls. And each device to identification purpose, IP addressing required. With IPv4, it can be IPv6. If your company is upgraded completely to IPv6, so you need to work with IPv6 also. But still, we are working with IPv4 only. As of now, no problem. The next generation, so slowly we are going to migrating to IPv4 to IPv6. Then so IPv6 knowledge also required. And protocols, so TCP/IP. These all the things are must required to build a network actually. So as a network engineer, we should know each and every component very clearly about NIC, about media, about networking devices, about logical address, about protocols for every component, each and every component, we should know very clearly. Then only can build a network. Agree? Yeah. So let me explain one by one. So whenever I ask a question, what is our main topic? Your answer should be this is our main topic. Yes, guys, what is our main topic for this week? Entire this week, what is our main topic?
Basic requirement to
Requirement to form a network.
Yeah. How to build a network? What are the components we required? That is what our target is that actually. NIC is network interface card. Is it hardware? Is that software based NIC?
hardware base.
Is it hardware? Okay. So what is the use of this port? This is NIC actually. NIC, or we can call the Ethernet port, or we can call RJ45 port, or we can call LAN port. So what is the purpose of this port?
To connect the multiple object or multiple systems, or get a uh, link from the share the files through this device.
To connect to
Connect
internet.
To connect internet. Okay.
connect with LAN cable.
Okay. All right. Basically, computers works with OS, correct? All of you following me?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Computers works with operating system. Without OS, can you work with computers?
No.
No. Then why operating system is required for computers? Why OS? What is the use of operating system for computers?
OS is used for the interconnection of the humans and machines. It's used to be a mediator to make a connection.
As a user, to use computer means a computer we give inputs through keyboard or mouse, right? And we connect hard disk to storage, we can connect some pen drives. So these all are hardware. How user can interact with this hardware? No, directly not interaction is not possible. So user can interact with any hardware component through OS. So through operating system we can interact, right? Yeah. So OS is interface between what? User to
User
interact
and
with hardware. Yeah. So without this OS, we cannot we cannot interact with the hardware components. We cannot work with computers actually. Similarly, NIC. Here, I means what?
interface.
Is also interface. Which one? The port, whatever is showing here, this port is interface. Interface for what? Interface for N. N means network. Network means already I given yesterday example. What is the definition of a network?
Connecting device.
Interconnection
Two
of
more of device.
two or more devices. So one device or two devices or three devices, you want to interconnect, what must required? NIC is a network interface. So this is my network. This is a switch. This is a computer. The computer you want to take into network, computer NIC must require. From NIC connected to switch. From another computer NIC to switch port. From printer NIC to switch port. From server NIC to switch port. From IP phone NIC to switch port. Like camera, like surveillance camera, NIC to switch port. Like any device you want to take into a network, that device must have what? NIC. So through NIC, these all devices are interconnected now. So NIC is basically is a interface to form a network, computer network. Got it?
Yes.
Yeah. So without NIC card, can you build a network? Can you form a network?
No.
No. So this is the importance of NIC actually.
With Wi-Fi, sir, no?
Yeah.
With Wi-Fi connection, we can connect to network. Wi-Fi.
What is also NIC now?
Okay, sir. Okay.
That is also NIC, but it is a wireless. It is wide. This is Ethernet port. You can see the physical is a port actually.
Wood.
We can connect a wire. Through Wi-Fi, you can connect to yes,
Granite.
agree. But it is a wireless NIC. But ultimately, NIC must required. So wherever NIC is available, it is on your desktop, or it is on your laptop, or it is on your server, it is on your printer, it is on your mobile phone, wherever NIC, it is can be wired or it can be wireless. Any NIC must have two type of addresses, which is MAC and IP address. MAC address, IP address. A MAC address will come with the manufacturer. Manufacturer address we cannot change it actually. It is a fixed. IP address we can change based on our requirement. Like we can assign class A IP, class B IP, class E IP, or IPv4 or IPv6 or private IP or public IP, static IP, dynamic IP. Like it depends upon actually our requirement. IP address it can be changed. Logical address it is right. So we can change, we can modify it, we can remove, we can add like this. Then MAC address is fixed. So we'll see later about the more detail about IP addressing later. So about MAC address is it's a 48 in bits. MAC address is 48 bits. All of you following me?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. So this MAC address we can call as two more names for MAC address actually. We can call the physical address, or we can call the hardware address, or MAC address. These are all the names for this MAC address. Physical address, hardware address, MAC address. This is 48 bits. Bits means what? Binary, zeros and ones. Okay. This 48 bits represented in 12 hexadecimal numbers. What is hexa means? 6. Decimal is 10. Total how many numbers?
16.
16. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 0 to 9 means 10 numbers is a decimal actually. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 0 to 15 means total 16 numbers. But computer will understand 0 to 9 numbers. From 10, let's say A, 11B, 12C, 13D, 14E, 15F. So MAC address will be the combination of 0 to 9 and A to F. This is we called hexadecimal. Okay. Example of MAC address. Like just some random numbers I'm using here. Just for example, just I'm taking combination of I need 12 hexadecimal numbers. 0A, 9, 0A, 9C 002D 7856. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 to 12. This is the MAC address of example. It's clear? Like how we can check your computer MAC address. So just if you open your command prompt and you can use get MAC, then you can come to know your device, your computer MAC addresses. So it's showing a physical address. I'm having these many MAC addresses actually. See, D4, DE, D9047E91. So we don't see MAC address combination in like K, L, M, N, nothing. It's maximum is F only actually. Clear?
Quick question: Can each device have multiple MAC addresses?
How many NIC card you have?
Okay.
How many NIC card your device having? There is 2 NIC cards, you can get 2 MAC addresses. If there is a 4, 4. If there is no NIC, no MAC address.
Can one NIC card act as both
No.
wired and wireless medium for a device?
No. Wired is different, wireless is different.
Thank you.
So means basically, if you check laptop, minimum 2 MAC addresses you can get. One is wired, one for wireless. And if you see still we are getting more, then one is for Bluetooth, and if you install some virtual machines, gain MAC address. Yeah. I've seen for my computer having many more, right? Yes. See how many adapters you have. Have one Bluetooth connection, have one Ethernet, and two virtual adapters I installed, but it disabled, okay? And one is Wi-Fi. So here showing the three is in active. Get MAC. Yeah, showing 3. So remaining 2 not available. Hardware not present actually. So MAC address will not applicable. This 2 is disabled. The virtual adapters. So MAC address will depends on how many NIC cards you have actually. Get it? Okay. Anyone, can you find out and tell me this NIC card is manufactured by which company?
D-Link.
D-Link,
Oh, we can say it's a D-Link.
D-Link.
It's clearly printed on the board, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So by seeing the printed, you can tell it is a D-Link. Then how your laptop having what company NIC card? How we can check that? Your organization having one server and it is there are NIC cards are available. Like how we can check which companies manufacture that NIC card? So open the server and remove it and check their printing. Correct? No, don't do that. So NIC MAC address is how many bit MAC address? 48. So 48 bits are divided into 2 parts. First 24 bits and second 24 bits. This first 24 bits indicates your manufacturer ID. Your NIC is which companies manufacture that company ID actually. Manufacturer ID, but technically normal term I'm calling as manufacturer ID, but technical term is we call OUI. organization unique identifier. So this is one unique ID which is identified by organization. Organization unique identifier. Second 24 bits is serial number, unique number. Serial number of an IC. Simple example I'll give. General example. This mobile number, which mobile operator it is?
BSNL.
How I can tell it's a BSNL?
Serial.
Yeah. So by seeing the starting few numbers, one we can identify it belongs to BSNL. So it is unique for BSNL, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. But if I give the last numbers, few numbers, can we identify? No. Yeah. So similarly, by seeing starting 24 bits of MAC address, we can identify. So it is manufactured by D-Link or Intel or Intex or Gigabit, like something. So first 24 bits of MAC address called OUI, second 24 bits of MAC address called serial number. Clear? Next. This is my computer. Default, I'll get an IC card. An IC we can call the name is what?
Network.
Ethernet or RJ45 port or LAN port, correct? So this Ethernet port maximum can support 10 Mbps speed. This is my computer, my PC, and my PC having what type of card? It is Ethernet. Ethernet port maximum can support how much speed? 10 Mbps. Now I need internet for this computer. Whom to contact? Generally, if you need internet, what we do? We'll contact to service provider.
Service provider.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I'll contact it to internet service provider, ISP. ISP will give one cable. I connect it to my NIC card. Not directly when we have Wi-Fi router or something. I have connected to an IC card ultimately. So I'm paying ISP 500 rupees. And ISP is giving 5 Mbps speed. Just example only, okay? Now as a user, how much speed I can reach internet? ISP is giving 5 Mbps, but my NIC card can support 10 Mbps. So as a user, how much speed I can reach internet? Is 5 Mbps speed or 10 Mbps speed or 5 plus 10, 15 Mbps?
5 Mbps.
5 Mbps only.
5 Mbps only ultimately. Because ISP is allowing only 5 Mbps, so we can reach only 5 Mbps. Okay. Do you think 5 Mbps is sufficient nowadays speed?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Then I'm paying 1000 rupees for ISP. ISP is giving 10 Mbps speed for me. Then how much speed I can reach internet? 10 Mbps or 20 Mbps?
10 Mbps.
Only.
10 Mbps. Then who is this user? Who is this user? The user can be a software engineer. A user can be a network engineer. A user can be a cloud engineer. A user can be a developer. A user can be a movie maker. Like, so many job roles, different scenarios. Like example, he's a filmmaker, then he has to install some very high-end applications to some mixing and filtering something, their animations, correct? Or this user is a software engineer, then software engineer is to install some scripting, some programming, Python, Java. The tool says to install action. Or if the user is a network engineer, then we used to install some monitoring tools. We need to be continuously monitor the customer's traffic, like in traffic, out traffic, correct? So then when when I install some high-end applications, 10 Mbps is sufficient?
No.
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 9,000 rupees I'm paying for ISP. And ISP is giving 90 Mbps speed now. So then as an engineer, how much speed I can reach internet?
10 Mbps.
10 Mbps only, yes. Because my NIC card maximum can support how much speed? 10 Mbps is
10.
Ethernet 10 Mbps, but I'm paying 9,000 rupees for ISP. ISP allowing us like 90 Mbps, but still I can utilize only 10 Mbps. So then how I can utilize 90 Mbps speed?
Should upgrade the card.
Need to upgrade the card actually. Yes. So we need to upgrade your Ethernet card. So we have one more type of Ethernet card will available which can support 100 Mbps. That card name is Fast Ethernet. If it is a Ethernet, it can support an Mbps. If card is a Fast Ethernet type, then it can support how much speed? 100
100
Mbps.
Mbps.
Not only 100 Mbps card, even have one more type of Ethernet available in the market, which can support up to 1000 Mbps, or we can call 1 Gbps, which we call gigabit Ethernet. So these all are types of NIC card. Ethernet, fast Ethernet, gigabit Ethernet. These all are different type of Ethernet cards actually. I have one question, everyone. Can I ask?
Yes, sir.
Since how long you are using computers? Like how long you're owning your computers? Think nowadays everyone have their own desktops or laptops, right? How long you're working with the computers?
Maybe 10 years.
Maybe 10, 15,
10
right?
to 15 years.
Okay. So at least let us take the 5 years. Tell me frankly, have ever verified your device, at least your own personal laptop having what type of NIC card?
No.
Sir.
No. Generally, we don't do that, right?
Yeah.
We don't check because we don't require it. But now we seriously decided to become a network engineer. So we seriously decided to learn something technical which will use for your IT jobs. Your target might be cybersecurity. Your target might be network engineer. Your target can be any job role, but we should prepare everything technically, correct? So at least we should know your personal device having what type of uh, Ethernet card. Because for IT companies, you may be using different type of servers, different type of printers, different type of computers. So there also need to be checked. your device compatible for 10 Mbps or 100 Mbps or 1000 Mbps or to more than 1000 Mbps, that you need to be checked actually. It's a minimum thing actually. It's a primary things. So we are learning about network fundamentals. So let's learn completely. Okay. Yes. No more doubts about this. We give the notes of it.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, how can we check our PC is containing how much speed it is? 10 Mbps, 100 Mbps, or 1 GB? How can we check it? Either we have to run any command.
I'll show you that. Like in Runbox, you can type ncpa.cpl network adapters will be open. So click on Ethernet adapter, right click, and you can see the properties option, configure, advanced, speed and duplex. The right side you can drop down. Here you can see. So my NIC card can support 10 Mbps, it can support 100 Mbps, it can support 1 Gbps. So what is the maximum speed supporting? 1 Gbps. This is a gigabit Ethernet. So like this, we can check it out.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So point number one, we're done with an IC card. Point number two, media. Before getting to media, anyone, any questions, any doubts in an IC card?
Sir, I have one more doubt. Sir, you said how can we check our NIC card is which company? We cannot open it, right?
How we can check NIC card?
It is belongs to which company?
First 24 bits MAC address.
How so?
Get MAC. This is a MAC address. Example, I'm checking my MAC address. D4BE D9. First 24 bits, 6 hexadecimal. Copy it. Open the Google. Ask the Google. Paste here. OUI. So which company it is?
Dell.
Dell. Like this we can check it out.
Okay. Sir.
So next point is media. So basically media has two categories, guided and unguided media. Guided media means white, unguided is wireless. In wide media, we have coaxial cable, twisted pair cable, fiber cable. In twisted pair, unshielded twisted pair, shielded twisted pair, like UTP and STP. This type of cables. In unguided, infrared, and radio frequencies, it's a different type of media. So this is UTP cable, STP, coaxial, fiber. So we don't use coaxial cable nowadays. We use for DTH purpose now. But initially, very long back, initial days, we use for network purpose. But now we are not making use it for network. It's only for dish network. Because that coaxial cable transmission, data transmission rate will be very low. Half duplex it can support actually. But transmission rate will be high transmission speed. Like one device in one location, one device in another location, between kilometers away also, within a seconds, transmission is happening with fiber optics. So connecting countries to countries, states to state, like very long distance and very high speed. Your data has been transmission, the speed is light speed. So light speed data transmission happening actually. You just practically understand, like in this second, in this minute, this second, how many people is browsing the YouTube. Since all the traffic is reaching to YouTube server and getting the same access for everyone without any buffer. So means the data transmission speed rate is very high, light speed actually, because of fiber optics. Okay. So this fiber optics mostly is for service providers, ISPs. But commonly customer for organization for homes commonly use cables is UTP cable, twisted pair cable. So let me explain about twisted pair cables. Two categories in twisted pair. One is single pair and 4 pair. Single pair cable and 4 pair. Single pair, as per IEEE standards, single pair we call it is RJ11 cable. 4 pair is RJ45 cable. RJ11 single pair means 2 wires. One is for transmission, one for receiving, TX or X. Telephone lines. So we use the single RJ11 cables for telephone lines, and RJ45 is a for LAN purpose. So within a building, we use what type of cables? RJ11 or RJ45?
RJ45.
RJ45. In RJ45 also we have different type of categories. Cat 5, it's category 5. Cat 5e, Cat 6. The difference is a data transmission rate. We call DTR, data transmission rate for each cable. Like if it is Cat 5 cable, a data transmission speed is 100 Mbps. Its Cat 5 can support 100 Mbps actually. Cat 5e, 500 Mbps. Cat 6, Cat 6 cable can support 1000 Mbps. Okay, almost Cat 6 cables nowadays we are using actually. In RJ45 cable, again we have different type of connectivities, which is straight cable, cross cable, rollover cable. Like where we use cross cable, straight cable and roller cable is cross cable. This is a PC. This is a PC. And we use a cable. One end you connected to PC. This cable other end also connected to PC. Here a cable one end you connected to switch. The same cable other end you connected to switch, other switch. One end connected to router, cable other end and another router is connected. So what happened in this case? Connecting between same type of devices, PC to PC, switch to switch, router to router. So this type of scenarios we have to use which cable? Cross cable. And straight cable scenario will be one end PC, but other end you connected to switch. One end is a switch, other end you connected to router. Like connecting between different type of devices. Straight cable. Straight cable, cross cable, roller cable is all comes under RJ45 only. Okay. A rollover cable, or we can call it is console cable. This cable for configuration purpose. Not for data communication. Data communication ultimately have to use either straight or cross. A rollover cable for configuration, because networking devices by default don't have any configuration, hence required to use rollover cable for first time. Like when you purchase one brand new router, use a rollover cable to configure. Any switch, brand new switch, firewall is all networking devices. First time configuration using which cable? A rollover cable, or we can call it console cable.
So console cable and RJ45 cables are different or same?
Same.
Okay. So once again, can you tell about the rollover cable? I do not understand properly.
Configuration purpose.
Only confirmation. Okay.
The difference between these cables, these three cables, by the appearance? Meaning, can you look at the cable and tell if it's a cross cable or a straight cable? Sorry, straight
Yeah.
cable or cross cable or roll
Color
cable?
coding.
Color coding. Okay. What are the colors?
Yeah. By seeing the color coding, we can identify whether it is a straight cable or cross cable. No need to identify it actually, because now we have some patch cards are available. So that patch cards you can use any device to any device, no problem. But the standards are this, just to understand initially, we don't have that much uh, technology, much intelligence on in devices. Now all devices, hardware is upgraded and software is upgraded, everything is upgraded. So we have one common cable patch card we call. So that cables can use for any device to any device. No need to be identified actually. But yes, of course, for basic knowledge, how to identify a straight cable and cross cable is you can see this color coding. By seeing color coding, you can identify. Generally used for connecting to devices of different types. Yes, this is the color coding. A combination of orange, white, orange, orange, green, white, blue, blue, white, green, brown, white, brown. What are the colors in one end? In other end also, the same colors are placed. In first lead, in first it is orange, white combination. In the other end also orange, white. Second is orange, it is orange. It is green, white. Here also green, white. So what are the colors is used in one end? In other end also same. Then it is what? Straight coding, straight cable we call it actually. Okay.
Okay.
Do we
The
get
cross
any
cable.
questions around this color coding in the certification? Do we need to
No,
remember
we
this?
don't get. No need to remember. We don't get actually. So cross cable is this cross coding. Here, if you see orange white is in first place, but in case in other end, in second end, other end, orange white it is in third place. Orange here in second place, but here it is in sixth position. So cross, if you see the cross coding, it is a cross cable actually.
So, but here cable core is same, na? Then for both,
Yes.
then how will I identify for cross or straight here?
Coding, cross coding. Two ends need to be compared.
But the cable size and all are same only.
Yes.
Okay, so each cable can be used for both, na? Same cable.
Yes.
Only we have to change that codes only, no?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, is there any specific purpose, sir? Cross cable using our straight cable?
Purpose is that only like for connecting different devices because one end is NIC, other end is also NIC, same type of ports. So they can transmission through 1, 2 transmission, 3, 4 receiving like that.
But that's what, sir. The transmission is same, right? Then why cross or straight?
It is. What happened in the cross coding is 1, 2 it will receive, 3, 4 it will send. Example. If other end also if you do the same thing, 1, 2 I'll send, then how it will receive? So it should be opposite. If I'm sending to 1, 2, I now have to listen in 3, 4. If I'm sending 1, 2, you should listen in 3, 4 actually. Like this. Okay.
Quick question. In what situations do we use crossover cables? Like you said, rollover cables, we use it for configuration purpose, and straight cable we
Connecting
use
similar type of devices. Connecting between PC to PC. Connecting between switch to switch.
I mean,
Connecting similar.
I understand that, but I'm curious, like, what would be the scenario? Meaning, like, do we use these cables to transfer data from PC to PC? Or what would be transferring, or why would
Yes,
we
cables
connect?
for data transmission purpose only now. Can be straight cable, cross cable, both are data transmission purpose.
ఏమి ఏం చెప్పు
More doubts.
Sir, on wireless, how this data will communicate?
Radio frequency waves.
Okay.
Over the frequencies will be data transmission. Any more doubts about cable? Right. So next point, done with NIC and media. Point number 3, networking devices. Let's understand what is switch, where to use it is, what is access point, and router and firewall. I'll take the same example yesterday, what we have discussed about office building. So this is one office building, ground floor, first floor, second floor. Like in administration department having 200 computers, sales department having 150 computers, HR department 500 devices, IT another 500 devices. Like, see, in administration, if all devices are desktops, all 200 devices are desktops, then generally desktops can support for what type of connectivity?
Wired.
Wired or wireless?
Wired.
Wired only.
Right.
So these all 200 devices, now we need to interconnect using a device called switch. So switch is a device, is a hardware device which centralize connectivity through wired. So whatever the wired devices in your floor or your room, connect to switch. So here 200 devices. Like you purchase the multiple switches of 24 port switches are available, 48 port switches are available. So try to purchase one like 10 requirement. Like here also required, here also required, here also required, here also. Wherever you required switches, you plan it. Total how many devices? Total how many ports are required? So how many 24 port switches are required? How many 48 port switches are required? These all are, we need to make a decision actually.
So
So switch is yeah.
one switch, how many ports we can install?
It
Sir?
is 24 port switches are available, Naresh, and
Mhm.
48 port switches are available. Mostly
Mhm.
these two type of ports.
Okay.
Better you go with 24 or 48. Like what are the requirement you have? If I use 48 port switch, here have 200 devices. Like 5 switches are enough actually.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Use RJ45 cables and connect to switch ports from NICs. Have connected to switch through wired. Now all 200 devices, will they communicate each other?
Yes.
Okay. In sales department, 150 devices are laptops. So laptops can support for what type of connectivity, wired or wireless?
Both.
Both.
Both. Mostly for what purpose they use?
Wireless.
Mostly they will use wireless only for laptops.
Wireless. So now, can we connect laptops to switch through wireless? No.
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 Switch can support only through wired devices. You have a
Wired.
printer supporting for wired, connect to switch. You have a server supporting for wired, connect to switch. A device which you want to use wired connectivity network uses switch actually. But now requirement is a wireless devices. So because sales department needs some mobility to around deal with the customers, they need to move on, right? Like they're moving to ground floor, first floor, and all floors around. So they need to explain about the product, about for the customers and everything. So they need more flexible required the wireless. Then you need to connect one device. Is also a device called access point, wireless access point. So wireless access point is a hardware device which can support for wireless and wired also. The good thing is this device can support for what? Wired
Wired or
and
wireless.
wireless. So now we connect all 150 devices to wireless. You create one Wi-Fi and connect them all 150 devices. They're connected. Okay. Now all 150 devices can they communicate? Yes. But what about your sales department, administration department, how they can communicate? I mean, how 200 wire devices and 150 wireless devices they can communicate?
The wireless WAP and is connected to the switch, with which can be connected admin and sales department.
So wireless access point is a device which can support for wireless and wired also.
Wired.
So take a
Yes,
one
yes.
wire and make it a one uplink from
Okay. One wire. Okay.
wired access to point to switch.
Switch.
That's all. Now 150 wireless devices. 200 byte devices, all devices can do in communication. Agree?
Yes.
Yes.
So based on our requirement, floor-wise, room-wise, install here 500 devices. So some are laptops, some are desktops, some are like different type of devices. Then install some access point and install some switches and make them interconnect all devices. So based on your floor-wise requirement, we can use switches and which devices? Access points. So make it as interlink between all devices. I can communicate. So finally, what are the components we used here? I mean, what are the devices we used here to form a network?
Switches,
Switches and
wireless.
access point, wireless access point. Only two devices. That's all. So by using switch and access point, these two devices, we form a network. We build a network. Entire all departments be interconnected. When network is established, they can start doing communication also. Actually. Agree?
Yes, yes. And
Okay.
sir, like switch, the same device, wireless interface.
Yeah, wireless access point.
Yeah.
The device don't have this many ports. Like how many ports will be switched? 24 or
Yes, yes,
48, right?
yes, yes, yes.
So that many ports we don't get in access point. In access point, hardly we can get only 4 ports actually. Access
Okay.
point majorly is designed for wireless, but it is also can support for wide for only 4 ports for uplink because we
Yes,
need to
yes.
connect one to
Understood.
another, right? Yeah, that
Understood.
purpose 4 ports. So this is your office, ABC, head office, HYD. Like what about how to connect your branch 1, Bangalore? Now, head office, all departments are communicating each other. Network is established, well and good, up and running, everything okay. But now requirement is now we need to connect one network to another network. So this scenario, when there is a requirement of connecting two or more different networks, then we must require one device called router. Got it?
Yes.
So router is a device, is also a device which enables communication between two or more different networks. Admin department internally they are trying to communicate. A router is required? No need. Sales department is trying to communicate with admin or in the same network. Router may not required actually. So when router is required for different networks, okay. So this user want to communicate. Head office users are connecting to branch 1. Then we require router actually. So router is a device. What is the difference between router and access point? Access point operates within a LAN only.
Yes.
Switch operates within a LAN only. A router connects different networks outside the network also. Okay. Yeah. Now router to ISP, ISP to internet. Through internet, your branch 1 is connected actually. See, point is HR department traffic, how to go outside. HR department traffic is coming to switch and switch to
Switch.
another switch to router.
Router.
So from office ABC building, traffic is going to outside on from which device? The traffic is going to outside which using which device?
Router.
So means all Office ABC traffic is exiting through which device?
Router.
Exit point is router. Okay. Outside traffic, like branch 1 traffic, branch 2 traffic, Gmail traffic, Yahoo Mail traffic, all outside traffic is entering to Office ABC through which device?
Switch.
Hey,
Router.
first entry point. Traffic is coming from branch 1 to internet, internet to ISP, ISP is to which device?
Router.
Router.
Router only. So router is a common exit and entry point. So that is why router we can call it is a gateway. So in networking terminology, gateway is nothing but what?
Router.
Router. Don't get confused. Whenever I use call gateway means is a router. Okay. Okay. So now head office branch 1, head office branch 2 all can communicate?
Yes.
But how they're communicating? The communication going via, let's say, sales department, traffic is coming to access point to switch 2, switch 3, router, ISP, internet to branch 1, correct? Means the traffic is exchanging via public network. Public network, someone can create some fake network and they can initiate some malware action. They can start sending attacks to our network. What is the job of router?
To enter the traffic.
What router?
It's enable the communication.
It's enable the communication
Between networks.
between different networks, between 2 or more different networks. That is a router job, correct?
Right.
Router will do that job 100%. The device is designed for that purpose. Actually. Then what is the purpose of switch?
Connecting multiple devices.
Connecting multiple.
Switch, yeah, switch is a device connecting multiple devices through wire.
Wire.
Wide only.
And it operates in LAN only. So switch is doing switch job 100%. And what is the access point job? It's also connecting multiple devices, but through wireless
Wide or wide?
and
Wire.
wired also, correct?
Yes.
But now traffic is coming from where? Traffic is coming from where?
Public. Yeah, some
It's a fake traffic
fake
actually.
traffic.
Yes.
So the traffic is fake traffic or authorized traffic that routers switches cannot be understand because that router switches job is not that actually, right?
Yes.
A router purpose, I am an intelligent device. I can enable communication between 2 or more multiple different networks. That job I can do. But some more intelligence is available in routers, like whether it is a fake traffic or yes, somehow it can be identified, but that somehow also can be manipulated by attackers. So what attacker will say, no router, I am a genuine, so you allow me. Then router will say, so router will not strongly fight with fake traffic action. It allows. So these all are networking devices like routers, switches, access points. This is all communication and data forwarding, data communication purpose. But now we need someone dedicatedly another device which can examine clearly and filtered out all the fake traffic. That device is what? Firewall. So firewall is also a device, a hardware device. so which protect our network from unauthorized traffic. So if you keep one firewall in your network, then if fake traffic is coming from outside, and it will stop it and examine, like what is your IP address, what's your MAC address, what service you are accessing. So as per my rules, you are a fake. I'm dropping your traffic. Branch one traffic is coming. Stop it. Examine. What is your IP address? What is your MAC address? What is your protocol? What is your everything will be examined. Yes, as per my policies, you are authorized. The traffic is allowed. So firewall, what is the purpose of firewall?
To stop the fake traffic.
To examine the traffic.
Examine.
Yes. So you can read these points, each and every device functionality switch. It is a hardware device that centralizes communications between wired devices connected within a LAN. Access point also, communication between wireless and wired. Router, which enables communication between two or more different logical networks.
Ports does wireless access point device have? You said that it does both wired and wireless. How many wired devices can it take?
Maximum 4. Maximum 4 ports only. Firewall, it is a device which protects network from unauthorized access. It can allow the traffic and it can deny the traffic based upon the policies. So like this, we can understand about each and every device functionalities. Any doubts?
Any examples for firewall?
Any examples for?
Firewall.
Example means what?
Example means it is a hardware device, right? So
Yes.
that's why.
So you're asking for the picture, right?
Yes. Right.
Yeah, you can just search in the Google firewall. You'll get so many vendors actually. See,
Yeah.
this many firewall, Checkpoint, Palo Alto, SonicWall, Cisco.
Understood.
These all are firewalls. FortiGate, ForcePoint.
Will there be any communication delays if you install the firewall?
If you install the firewall, communication will be faster actually. No delay. Because it is filtering all unauthorized traffic now. So it'll be much faster.
So the firewall just receives the communication, right?
No, it will examine every traffic actually.
Every traffic, okay.
Every traffic. It is authorized or unauthorized. Every traffic is examined and it allows. Like don't think so it is doing some mechanism, means it is doing some examining, then it would be delay, not like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this firewall is required for each router or for what? How it
For company.
Established?
For company. If you want to protect your network, then firewall. If you don't want to protect your network, then no need to be firewall actually.
It's basically a software, right?
Software and hardware both.
Yeah. Okay.
Hardware is dedicated actually,
It's
because
network
we cannot write all the policies in.
It's a third party vendors.
Most of the routers do have a firewall inside, built-in firewall kind of.
Basic feature only.
Yeah. Okay.
Not much options in inbuilt. This router can act like a firewall. So that we'll discuss in our CCNA classes, how to write the policies. Basically, firewall is nothing but policies, implementing a policies. That policies we need to be prepared first. Like what type of traffic
allowed
a company need to be allowed, and what type of traffic our employees should go out. Like the inbound and outbound rules we need to write. That rules where need to write on switch or on firewall or an access point. I mean access point, or where we can write. It is we can write on switches also. We can write on firewall router also, but in basic level only. Basic few rules we can write, not completely. The best example, you want to block any specific website only, which is not possible in routers and which is not possible with switches. So that URL blocking, that can be done by firewall. Time-based firewall, time-based rules. On specific timings only, so and so on website should not access. Similarly, these things we can write in firewall. But some basic HTTP traffic, FTP traffic should not allow. That we can write in router also actually. So router is basic firewall. Yeah. Okay. Let us conclude with this diagram. See, try to reply everyone. Here I have 3 computers. Computer name is 1. Computer 1, computer 2, computer 3. 3 computers. 3 PCs are desktops. So to interconnect the 3 computers, what type of cable we need? RJ45 or RJ11?
RJ45.
RJ45. And what type of device we require to connect to wired?
Switch.
Connect to switch.
Switch.
So 3 PCs are in the part of network now. You want to take a printer into network, then what we need to do? Connect a wire from printer NIC to switch port. So printer is also part of a network right now. From
Yes.
PC1, you can use printer. From PC2, you can use printer. Because in PC3, if you check the network, printer will be available actually. So you can use it actually. Okay. Similarly, I have some servers. What I'm doing is all servers I've connected dedicated to another switch. This is switch A. This is switch B. Like here, FTP server. This is my mail server. No IP phone. These are all servers dedicatedly connected to switch. Actually, these servers we can connect to switch here also. But I have designed like this. Only desktops will be in switch A. Only servers will be in switch B. Like I have
Yes.
divided it. So why confusion? In switch A, some PC, some servers, some PC, some servers. No, don't do like that. Actually. You maintain a proper network setup. Okay. You now currently have only 3 PCs, but switch having 48 ports. So remaining waste. Let it be waste, no problem. Because in future use you can use it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So make them into 2 switches separately. But now we need communication between these FTP servers and PCs. Then what we need to do?
WAP.
Why, man?
Why?
No need.
Connect the switches.
Connect the switches. Excellent. Can't we do? Yes. Simple. Make one uplink from switch A to switch B. That's all. So via this uplink, switch A uses traffic will reach to server now. Agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Now from PC1, you can use printer, you can use server, you can use IP phone, you can use mail server, all. Similarly, I have PC 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6 device are what?
Wireless.
Wireless. Then how to interconnect these 4, 5, 6 devices?
So
W.
WAP, wireless access point. Okay, 4, 5, 6 device can communicate, but now I want to take this 4, 5, 6 device into our existing network. Then how?
Just put one uplink to the access point from switch to access point.
That's all right. So make one uplink from B to access point. Switch B to access point. That's all. Right? Yeah. Now all devices can start communication. Wireless devices, wire devices, servers, printers, all can access actually. So this is how exactly your real networks also will be there if you go for any IT companies. But the network infrastructure size could be bigger, larger actually. But the same manner, all devices are connected to switches and switch to switch uplinks, switch to access points, all are connected. Could be in different rooms or different floors. Connectivity is the same, concept is the same. But how these users can communicate with a different network, how this traffic users look for outside different branch, then which device required?
Router.
Then router.
Router.
Take one router and connect to any one of the device. From router, connect to switch A, no problem. Or connect to switch B, no problem. Or connect to access point, no problem. Anywhere you can connect. Okay. So in my example, I connect in B. So from router, if I connect it to internet, okay, everything is okay. But problem is what? From router, if you connect internet, problem is what?
security.
Security. So there are chances to go, we'll get attacks.
Fake.
So we need to filter out. Yeah, like any in small office also. If you see any small offices, small shops, showrooms also, if you see nowadays, security guard will be there for it. Why?
Got it.
To check.
For protection.
Ultimately, for what purpose?
Protection.
Protection.
Security.
Security. He'll be filtered out. Show me ID card. No ID. Sorry, sir. You don't permit. Time 11 p.m. Sorry, sir. We don't permit this time. Strictly filtering out. Then your network, your home, your whatever it is been secured, protected. There also you require a network security, data security. Then we need a firewall and implement the policies in the firewall. Based on that policies, it is going to be filtered out, or it can be permission also. So this is how exactly our network connectivity will be done in real time. Actually, this is one small idea. Actually, clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So it's all about for today, and I'm ending with 3 points. which is NIC media networking devices. Point number 4, which is logical address. Tomorrow we'll continue actually with IPv4. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Any doubts?
1 second. Can we connect switch A to the router just in case if the
Sure.
switch B
Yes, no
fails?
problem.
Uh,
No problem. Remove it, you can make one link here actually. Yes.
So even the wireless access point could be connected, right?
Yes, even anywhere you can connect because wireless access point also having the ports, right? You can connect.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Thanks, man.